Why follow the world's ways when it leads to destruction? Rather, choose God's ways, which lead to life and life abundantly. Top of the morning to you. When we read Psalm 127 with the eyes of love and a firm determination to know and love our God better, we learn from the psalmist the importance of a family founded on godly principles and beliefs. Verse 1, Except the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. In fact, the psalmist declares the same principles in play when building a city, except the Lord keeps the city, the watchman wakes but in vain. When trying to raise a family without God, the family is destined to fall apart. God's ways have stood the test of time, whereas the world's ways leads only to destruction. If you need proof, look at how today's godless society is growing darker day by day. Their values shift like sand in the hand. One day you have something, the next day it's shifted and you end up chasing an elusive dream. Whereas God's ways are steady, never changing, and sure. You can be certain your foundation will never shift when you build upon God's Word. The same for our society at large. When the city or society is built upon godly values, then we fall under God's protection. Something the society who rejects God will never enjoy because their protection depends on man's ways, ideas, and values, which are just as corrupt as the person who came up with them. An example of the two ways of living are the idea of children. In the world's culture, children are seen as burdens, a drain on the world's resources, an inconvenience that shouldn't be thought of until after our time spent in the workforce. And they are also seen as expendable if they come at an inopportune or inconvenient time. In God's eyes, children are valuable. Verse 3, Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Children are seen as valuable, like arrows in the hands of a warrior, verses 4 through 5. Happy, blessed, and fortunate is the one whose quiver is filled with children. What a difference between the two systems, God's kingdom and the world's. One is destined for life and life abundantly, the other is destined for destruction. So choose ye this day to whom you will serve, Joshua 24:15. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. The word of encouragement today, God's kingdom is based on love and faith. The world's kingdom is based on hate of God and fear. As time moves on, this world's darkness becomes even darker. The choices will become very clear. We will not be able to choose both. And don't think we can straddle the fence between the two, because as that fence line gets narrower and narrower, a fall is coming and it's going to be painful. God has already addressed this issue in Revelation 3:16. Because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will vomit you out of my mouth. Let's commit today to building our life, family, and society on God's values while there's still time to choose. Have a great day.